Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Yeah, it's time to come out of the shadows. Hey, why I give life lessons to the youth? Why I give life lessons to the youth? It's because it was given to me by the people of the likes of Charles Campbell, Willie Hull, Clay Brown, Mr. Benny, Dawg Baby Puddin', that's the Lay Park group, as well as Miss Pat and Wayne Fairfax at East Athens, and Big D, the Rabbits of the world, the Coach Coles, the Coach Thomas of the world. That's why I give back, because they poured themselves into me. But, man, somebody asked me, what is knowledge? Knowledge is facts and information and skills given to a person through their experiences or education. So I feel it's quite natural for me when I coach, when I train, I give that same knowledge to the youth. And you can see the difference. But one of my athletes asked why I never sold drugs. I said that's when I learned that I have a choice in life. I said it was about two brothers I looked up to back in the late 80s, early 90s. He was called by the name Butter. I still don't know Butter name biologically, but that brother, I was fascinated by him because he was a handsome young fella, and he had money, and he had females fighting over him. I just couldn't fathom him in 4th or 5th grade how somebody can have females fighting over him, right? Like, I learned that years later. And the other brother was Stanley Gerald, because he was so swift and sharp with his words that he made you feel like a blow pop was a popsicle. And I was just so fascinated by those guys. But the main reason why I gravitated to them is because they took the time out for me to give me life lessons on doing something that they were doing according to them that was wrong, but they didn't want me to do it. So they gave me life lessons. With Stanley being so sharp and swift with his words, he was like, Hakeem, are you willing to do 240 months in prison or more for selling dope? And I'm like, man, it's 365 days in a year. He was like, yeah. He said, how many years that is? He said, better yet, go upstairs and get your calculator and tell me how many years it is, and I'm going to give you $2. Back then, $2 was a lot of money, right? So I came back downstairs and said, 20 years. He said, so 20 years or more, are you willing to do this? I said, heck no. So 3 years prior to that, 7th grade, I have some flex in my hand, which to those that don't know is fake dope. And I just thought about what those two brothers gave me and told me. And I threw that away because I didn't want to end up doing time in prison for something that don't represent me, right? So I gave it to that young athlete and told him that you have a choice. At least me giving him a choice, he knows that if he make any decision, bad mistake, at least somebody gave it to him, right? So speed up more. Somebody asked me why I move a certain way. I said it's because I was taught that never play with a man's girlfriend, wife, money, or kids, right? So a valuable life lesson that I learned was the sneakiest guy that I know wound up getting caught in another man's bed with his wife. The back end of it is that brother who I was close to, he wound up dying because the husband killed him. So I'm like, that's the sneakiest person I know. And deep down inside, we as men to say, that's never going to happen to me, right? So the second sneakiest person that I knew, he got caught messing with another man's wife. But he wound up killing the husband and the wife. So now he doing time. He'll never get out of prison. So me, being who I am, I'm like, man, I'm not going to be the third person to strike out. Who they think I am, Reggie Jackson, for the baseball historians. So I was taught to not play with anybody's woman. Don't play with their money. Don't play with their kids. So I learned from that. That's where the knowledge came from, is that I didn't want to end up like those guys. So that's why I pour so much into our youth, to give them an option, to let them know that, man, life is serious. Don't play with nobody. Don't play with nobody. And even with this epidemic, people talking about HIV, herpes, and all this stuff been going on. So I ask you, and I leave you with this. You have a choice. You have a choice. Decide wisely, because death is cold. And you know the slogan. He know the slogan. She know the slogan. The little kids even know the slogan. Man, it's nature know the slogan. Keep your head up. Keep pushing, man. I don't want to talk your head off. I'm going to have more to come that's going to be longer. But I just wanted to share that short and simple story. Get out of your way. Be great.